This is IQMZ Tech, episode 5, recorded Saturday, the 15th of September, 2018.
I'm your boy, when JJ Stone, aka O Doctor. I'm a horrible person. I can't be trusted. I shouldn't be trusted. If you have any kind of electronic device, don't leave it around me. I might steal it and sell it for parts. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm Amos, the shameless one, I think is what we're going to go with today. And man, this Apple announcement, man,
Get me an iPhone. I need an iPhone. Blah, 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 blah. It's the same old iPhone.
So let's
think it didn't do nothing new. It's an iPhone. Go ahead.
Let's start this off with the baseline. What phone are you currently using right now?
My main phone.
Right, because you have so many.
My main phone, I do have so many. My main phone is an iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay.
What's your main phone?
My main phone is an iPhone 10.
Is that your only phone?
It is. Well, it's my only phone.
My backup phone right now is an LG G7 Thin Q.
Mm-hmm.
My companion phone is an iPhone X. And my companion's brother's, sister's, cousin's, mother's phone, backup phone, which is up for sale on eBay right now, is BlackBerry Key 2.
Okay. So you have experience with the newest iPhone that, well, as of the time of this recording, the most recent iPhone, the iPhone 10.
Memoji. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to figure out a way to plug in my phone into the computer so I could do my show with you with a Memoji head.
Oh, let's not get all crazy. All right.
We're doing it. It's getting done anyway. But yeah, I do have the new phone.
And iPhone or Apple Watches. What are you sitting on now?
I'm on a Series 3, and my daughter's on Series 3.
Okay.
My daughter is on the 6S Plus, and she turned down the iPhone X, the iPhone 10.
Why?
It's too small, and she doesn't like the size of it. Mind you, I put it on top of her phone, showed her that the screen was bigger, but the fact that it sat inside her phone was like, yeah, I can't hold it the way I hold this phone. I don't like this phone.
Wow.
So what kid turns down the newest phone? Like, I was trying to give her upgrade over me just because she's got an older phone. She never asked for a phone. I upgrade her when I feel like it, but I was like, let me get her,
Yeah.
But she was like, no, because she wants to do photography. I'm like, we get a better camera. It's amazing that she said no to me.
Yeah. So I'm sitting on a Series 3 LTE watch paired to my iPhone 10, and I love the combination of the two. I was excited that Apple had an announcement. They were going to announce some upgrades or some possible new features. And what did we get, oh, Doctor?
We got a fallen and I can't get up watch. we got a, oh, you want it bigger? It's slightly bigger, slightly thinner, magical watch. This watch, okay. The fact that they have a I've fallen and I can't get up feature in this watch is the most hysterical thing to me. First of all, my kid will be calling the cops every day. You couldn't have a kid wear this watch unless you could turn the feature off. They be SOSing 32 times a day in gym class. So the 30% larger screen size is nice. Everything about this watch is some fraggle-naggle stuff that I don't need. I went from Series 1, skipped Series 2, went to Series 3 because of the LTE.
Mm-hmm.
I was totally about to not care about this watch. It costs $500, except for, like I was telling you earlier, I be taking medication. I'm a little overweight. I got high blood pressure. I got heart issues. I have a weak heart. The EKG LMNOP QRST was like, wow, y'all got the FDA approval. Y'all out here doing it to the world. That's impressive. You're going to tell my heart rhythm, my weak heart, my strong heart, everything about my heart. But I still can't really bring myself to upgrade. I don't know.
So here's my thing with the new redesign on the bottom. Okay, so the top is nice. All right, it's a little thinner, cool, because it does kind of stand out from your wrist a little bit. The screen is bigger, great. It's brighter, awesome. It's faster, cool. These aren't things that I need, though. They give you an EKG or an ECG, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's awesome. That's a new feature. That's something that it would be actually useful with my medical history and things like that.
Sensor.
Do I?
Electronic heart sensor.
Yeah, exactly. They redesigned the optical heart sensor, the little green light on the bottom. Before there were 2 green lights or whatever, and it'd reflect in and blah, blah, blah. I have a tattoo on my wrist. From my Series 0, never had a problem with it, to the Series 3, now I have a problem with it. And now you've cut it from 4 lights or whatever to 1. And I can only imagine that 1 light checking my pulse is not going to be able to see through this tattoo I have on my wrist. So
can't you put your blood through the haptic feedback center on the button now? Doesn't let me tell you something.
But it won't be automatic though. Come on.
To the point of what would change the whole world if that thing took my glucose. If that thing took my glucose, I'd punch you in the face and drag you through the water and pay double the price to get my hands on one. That's what I'd do if that thing could take my glucose. Like that's they'd have me like I'd destroy people in the angst to get that phone. I mean that watch. But otherwise, it's like the bigger screen. What am I doing on my phone?
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch Pornhub on my watch. I can't see it. I don't think that I can. Like, what am I doing on this watch that I need to worry about the bigger screen? That's not a super sell to me. They say the battery life, the LTE is stronger. They moved the speaker to the other side. So basically, you're telling me you had a design flaw with the engineering team. That's all you're telling me. You're telling me, so now I can actually hear people when I make phone calls from my wrist, so I don't have to look like Knight Rider talking to Kit. Kit, can you hear me? Kit, can you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess that's nice too. But I mean, the chip is the better chip, and how long do you get power usage out of your watch?
I can put it on the morning, wear it overnight, and take it off the next evening. So essentially 36, 40 hours of usage out of the watch on a normal, without a workout or anything else in between. Then I can get about 36 hours out of it before I have to charge it. Yeah.
I can get 2 days. I've stretched it to 3 full days. And that's with me turning it off at night, like powering it down. Okay. So when I go to bed at night, I do power it down. Sometimes I don't like overcharging things all the time, but I've gotten a good solid 3 days. On average, I'm saying with you 40 hours, 48 hours, I can get out of a charge. It has a new chip in it, which again makes it faster. How much faster do I need things to load? It's a watch. I don't know if I'm ever going to feel that difference in the loading of applications, the rare ones that I use. So
yeah, this is one of those things that if you notice a little lag when you're opening your messages or getting your notifications, whatever else, it's fine because it's a watch. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where you don't notice that lag anymore. Then any added speed beyond that is not going to help. And we haven't reached that for me. Like there's still some delay that I could stand to get used to or get rid of, but it's not enough that it holds me back from using the watch.
And I also have I have it's not focusing because it's on facial focus, but I have a bumper rugged armor case on here, shock resistant and all that, because I dink my wrist on things, I dink my watch on things. So having that fuller screen and still protecting it would be annoying to me. I also have a little plastic scratch resistant cover on my watch. I have the same thing for the kids' watch. I just the heart stuff is really what's getting it for me, and I'm trying to figure out what I could sell my watch for right now and get for it that would make it justifiable.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. Because if you're not going to upgrade and you're going to wait till Series 5, or you got to figure out how much you can get for your watch right now, like everybody and their mom is. Yeah. While you're bringing that up, I'm just going to look on Facebook Marketplace real quick. I want to see how many Series 3 watches there are.
I'm just not going to bother upgrading. I think I'm fine with the watch that I have. At this point, with the functionality that the watch has, unless it really improves, unless they start adding major features other than just the ECG, I'm gonna need a major price drop or something to really make me have the decision to buy it.
In my local area, there are 237 Series 3 watches for sale right now, ranging from $250 to $320.
Yeah.
Which the person for $320 is an idiot because I could buy a new one for $370 or $350 now. The price did drop on the Series 3.
Yep.
So, yeah, $250. Oh, $190, $180. See, that hurts. I don't want to see that price that low. That's low. But Apple does have an upgrade program, I guess, now that they have a trade-in system.
Yep.
But I might get it. Don't hold it against me if I get it. I might get it.
So they went from watches to phones. And did things get more interesting for you once they switch over to the phones?
Oh my God, we're transforming a video game. We have the video game segment where we play games of scrolls and scrums and nobody plays those stupid games. Nobody cares about those games. Oh my God. Oh, and it's magical. We made it better. What would you do? We took the same phone and made it bigger. And now we got a bionic chip. It's like a robot monster. It's a $6 million man in your phone. I went, oh yeah, okay. It's the same. No, it's different. Watch. That was the worst presentation I've ever seen. You know why? Because I've seen it 6 times in a row. I've seen it 6 times in a row.
Yeah, it was boring.
Same pattern, same cadence. I know it's coming. Oh, we didn't even talk about that before we talk about the phone. They opened up this year's Apple Live event with a Mission Impossible skit. Boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, dum. Had a nice brown girl, very colorful female, brown ratio. Somebody on a bike got tripped over, and they come over and they're running off through the new building and facility. And I was sitting there thinking, Mission Impossible is when they already leaked your new phone and watch 10 days ago. What are you doing letting this, like, normally I be on 9 to 5 Mac and I see like an iPhone sketch with like a 10-inch penis, like all kinds of crazy made up things that aren't real that they say the new phone could possibly look like. But this year, it was like, oh, that's the new iPhone, and that's the watch. How'd you get that? Oh, but your Mission Impossible can't even lock down your secrets anymore, Cook. By the way, the spoiler alert on that, if you didn't see it, she was bringing him his clicker for the presentation in a silver attaché case. But it was just bad. It's step-by-step, play-by-play, same thing, thinner, lighter, magic. We did this system, and I can't take it anymore.
5.8, 6.5, those are the sizes of the new screens. Minor upgrade to the cameras. They did some more fancy stuff with the Face ID.
They're the same. Okay, so again, finally Apple that they got to the water resistant. Now the newer higher end phones have 2 meter depth resistance instead of 1 meter. So the 30-minute time frame. 64 gig, 256, 512. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at that Galaxy Note 9 with that 512 inside and then another 512 you can put up in there. And I'm thinking, ooh, that's a terabyte. Like, that's impressive. Mm-hmm. That's impressive in a flagship phone. But 512 is like, oh, thanks, Apple. I appreciate you upgrading the space for me. But why couldn't you start at 128? It's always the worst how they had these smaller sizes. 128 is what we need. You know, when you're stepping this up and you're spending $1,000 on a phone, I need at least 128. My LG Think U7 has 128 in it. Under $1,000. Apple, why? But you know what it does have now? Welcome to 2008. We now have stereo recording sound. Are you hearing me in stereo, stereo, stereo? Thanks, Apple. Whoa. Yeah. Welcome to 2006. We now have dual SIM cards. Hey-ya. Yeah. Dual SIM cards. Because some people like to travel internationally and maybe they want to have 2 SIMs. And welcome to 2012. We now have eSIM cards where you can have a digital number and digits through your T-Mobile service or whoever else is going to give it to you. Shut up. We now have optical visual stabilization, visual technical learning, optical neural neurons, and the camera learns. Thank you, Pixel, for developing something that Apple can now steal and use and only have a single camera and still do the same thing because they have machine learning in the camera now. Thank you, Pixel, for coming out with that 2 years ago. Like, Apple just be coming out with this late stuff, telling me it's the best thing in the world. And the only thing that they got on me is I literally have $500 in apps. I can't leave Apple. I done spent this money on these apps. I'm not rebuying these apps on Android. That's why I got backup phones, because there's also certain things that aren't on each one. But I can't leave. But y'all, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but are you going to buy the phone though?
No dizzy, no doubt. I already pre-ordered getting that brand new iPhone X Max. Don't listen to what I'm saying, Apple. I appreciate all the late updates that you brought the new device. That's why I'm no longer in the I gotta get a new iPhone every year system. I used to be the crackhead sitting out in the store, parked in the garage, waiting in the rain, 42 people making new nerd friends I was never going to see again, buying phones. And now I'm just like, it's iPhone 7. The payment plan's up. I might as well, upgrade. My problem is, let's talk about this iPhone XR, which is still too expensive for their cheap model. This is their give it to your kids phone, which just shows you how high fidelity they are. There's so many phones better than this in the $500 range, but their thing is, we're going to make it more accessible to everyone. It's the everyone phone. You've got coral, blue, yellow, red, product, mellow, Dello, kit colors. They like it. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? This phone's still $750. If this phone's $650, I'll be like, oh, wow. Okay, Apple. Okay. $750 to start with the 64 little munchkin gigs? I'm like, what are you talking about? It has one camera instead of the dual camera system, but thanks to machine learning, it can still do the opticals. And has a 6.1 inch liquid retina HD screen instead of the super retina HD. It doesn't have force touch. It doesn't have the wide angle telephoto. It still has the same bionic chip, only 1 meter resistance. Why couldn't you put 2 meter in that? I mean, like, you're nickel and diming me on something that you're saying is basically the same thing, but it's not. No HDR display. It's like it says LCD, and it doesn't have the 3D touch, which again, I guess because the screen is different, you're saving money on that. But you're saying it's the same phone, but you're telling me the other phone's $1,000, and you're trying to justify reasons that the price is different, and you're putting colors on it. There's no real reason that I see that these phones should be different. You might as well have just said, okay, let's just make the one phone instead of the R and bring the price down to like $899 or something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I just don't know what Apple's doing. I don't see the vision. Actually, I do know what they're doing. They're creating a huge profit margin because spoiled kids are going to say, Dad, I want the red iPhone. I need the coral blue, Mom. Oh my God, you don't love me if I don't get that yellow. You know yellow is my color, Mom. Oh my God, I love lemons, Mom. So I get the sales pitch of it, but I just don't understand the price point. I showed this to my daughter. Long story short, with this kid, I got to get her the iPhone X Max with me or something because she just wants to hold a bigger phone. She does not like the form factor of the size of those phones. She just likes getting her hands on it. You know, it's her everything device. She doesn't really have a laptop or anything right now, even though she will be getting one soon now that she's in middle school. She just uses my computer for everything. Apple's just, thanks, Apple. But I'm getting one. Sound like a hypocrite. I'm yelling at everyone.
I just think the whole announcement was underwhelming. I think the price points are off the mark, but it's not going to matter because they're going to sell them anyway.
But if you have an X, there's absolutely no reason for you to upgrade.
No, not at all.
If you have the X, there is zero reason for you to upgrade. Absolutely no reason.
Nope.
Can you think of one reason other than unless you wanted a big screen, you missed the big screen?
That's really that's really it. Because nothing else was a major improvement. Everything else was very incremental. So
one thing it did do with their machine learning, when the guy was shooting the baskets and it was catching the rhythm, that app.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. That's some high tech.
No, that'll be great, but I want to see it in action and not in presentation first. Like you're not selling me. I'm not buying shit on that until I see that in person and see that it actually works. And it's not sitting like I'm still too skeptical to take that at its face value.
Because all I was thinking of, man, an app for softball, baseball, tracking pitches, track batting swing. I was like, man, that's crazy. Oh, my battery just went out on my light. That's crazy. And I want to see that in action. I want to find out how that works.
Yeah.
But other than that,
this is totally a skip year for me for both of them. Nothing really hung on me to where I like last year you got the OLED screen. Like, yes, I'm getting that. That's amazing. It's beautiful. I love my phone. I don't have any reason to upgrade it at all.
Yeah. I personally haven't even, like I said, I haven't even switched myself to the X. I just, it doesn't feel good in my hand. It is small to me also. So, I mean, even the video recording, everything is the same except for the zoom.
Right.
In the R, everything's the same.
Yep.
And so the price point should have been $599 or $649.
But they kept the 7 and the 8, and now they have the R. Then they got the S. They got rid of the base model iPhone 10.
It's too much.
It really is, and they got rid of the SE, so you can't get the $499 phone or $399 phone anymore, or whatever it was.
No tiny little Kit Kat phones anymore. No tiny little.
No.
So those days are done. I'm gonna miss my fingerprint reader. I know it has Face ID, but I just hate being in the middle of the night looking at my phone, and it's killing me. I just don't like it. So, but I'm gonna have to deal because that's the future. This is the future Apple. All their new lineup is all the same now. So going forward, no more buttons, all face, or you got to punch in your code, which is fine for me.
And no other announcements this time. No iPhone or iPad Pro updates, no iPad updates, no Mac updates, MacBook or anything else. No Mac Mini update that we were all expecting and hoping for. Like none of it.
You get nothing. You get nothing. No soul for you. But I will say that I'm getting this phone on protest. And if I have to get my daughter the Max, I'm going to jump out of roof. But if I get her the Max, she's going to have that phone for like 4 years.
Right.
So
what you're saying is you're going to buy the new phone for $1,500 under duress. Got it. Okay.
See, what is with you and freaking Justin keeps saying $1,500 phone? It's not a $1,500 phone. For 256 gigs, it's a $1,200 phone. Originally, it's an $1,100 phone. How you guys jump to $1,500 pisses me off when you say it, because then it sounds like I'm a jerk. When you say $1,500 on a phone, I feel like, man, you an ad. What kind of punk are you buying $1,500 on a phone? What, man? See, that's the thing that Apple's done. They've pushed the price us because they sell this luxury product. And they've made all phones expensive. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9 being $1,200 with a 512 storage space in it and an upgradable to another 512 seems worth it. It's a workhorse. It is a computer in your hand. Literally, I can write on it. I can scribe on it. Oh, yeah, people were thinking they were going to get Pencil for the Max because it's so big and they'll have Pencil react to it. It doesn't. Apple does not innovate anymore. They just raise the price of everything that they sell and then lower the price on things that weren't worth it in the first place. They're peeing on you and telling you it's rain, and that's what Apple does. And I got to calm down before I get my watch to regulate my heart and tell me that I'm about to have a heart attack. Freaking out about this product.
Yeah, maybe the new phone should have came with a defib.
Right?
To match up with the watch. You start getting too excited, it just zaps your heart back down.
James Bond 007 Casino Royale, his watch did have a little defibrillator thing, power pack in it. You could pull the strings out and do it.
See? That's
what Apple's going for. They're going to get there. Apple's going to get there.
End game noted.
That is innovation in the watch, though. They got FDA approval, so it's legit. So your doctor can look at your heart and all that jazz. So, I mean, kudos to them for that. But everything else, Same old, flip flop.
And where can people find you now that we're wrapping up this special episode of IQMZ Tech?
I want to keep talking about phones and the things that aren't different and how it's just like a pixel and that. Anyway, I'm on the internet at Odocta on Instagram, Twitter, IQMZ.com, where you can find this show and other podcasts that I do. Where can they find you at? Aimless, nameless?
Well, it only makes sense that people find me on Twitter at Ethan Caine, ETHANCAINE, because that just makes sense. That's why. It makes sense because it makes sense. And you can find all the things that I'm involved in over at ritualmisery.com. Yeah,
that name sounds like Apple's keynote special. It's a ritual misery. It's every year.
It's not unlike it at all.
Not at all.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Stole your line. Bye.